Right, whilst I'm here, and after a fair bit of delay and things not working, let's try to finish off the Ike and Duna base. There's something with a Duna base I wanted to do there. But in any case, I shall get started. I didn't realise that the YouTube stream had been set to private, and then when I was trying to set it to public, it wasn't loading. New studio, so yay. In any case, here's what I have for the Ike base. I currently don't have a way of getting it down to the surface, but it's, from memory, it's between Moon and Minmus gravity levels. Closer to the Minmus levels. Anyway. So, have this. This will mostly be for base expansions. But seems I don't currently have the up. So what I'm going to do is I'll move this over to Hitchhiker. And over to submodules, the sub-assemblies rather. Sub-assemblies, here we go. Water dock. That's the root part there. It needs to not start off extended. Around that way. As it currently is, it's clipping a bit. Maybe what I'll do... Structural component? So this will just go on top. I missed most of it. This is the root part. Go. Let's go this way. Rotate. One selected, I think. Back into position. Right one. Okay. Oh nope. Not going onto the wrong place. Onto the right place rather. There we go, I think that's now in the right position. Now if I rotate it, yes, that works. Put it back over this way. Good. I will also just put a tiny motor on all of these. Should be fine. Yep. But have the motor. Okay. So they'll be able to dock to anything that lands nearby, or close enough nearby. That. I don't think we need anything else for the contract. Has power, has an antenna, yep, has there. At least 7 Kerbals, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Well, processing lab, that's 2. The xenon gas should be in here. Yes, it is. At least 2,000 units, yep. And I need to land it on Ike. So that's going to be the next step. Suppose I should send with it refueling. Needs to deliver ore and put it into orbit of Duna, so I guess it should be an ore shuttle. I open up my current ore shuttle. Not the Minmus one. I should have a Gilly one. It's going to be in base plane hangar. It's going to be in the assembly building, rocket assembly building, vehicle assembly building. I'll get there eventually. Anyone that shows up still or really? Oh, because yeah, searching the space plane hangar. Put ore in orbit of put ore in orbit of Duna and leave it there. Contract from someone trying to create an ore shortage on Kevin. No, so I need to specifically take it from Ike. We're not trying to create an ore shortage on Kevin. We're trying to create an ore shortage on Ike, somewhere that we currently don't have ore collected. Oh. There's a refueler. What about my ore? I want to ensure Ike remains oreless. Fair enough. Not gonna be the transfer unit. Might have sent it with mining section. So if I just take this, I guess. And now, this is what I'm currently using for Gilly. Get the ore from surface. I'm going to guess it's not going to be ideal for Ike. Thrust weight ratio, yeah. Bit too low. Oh, that's because it's got the thrust limiter on. Like on Gilly. 0.72. Still low. Don't know what that's about. In any case, back to Ike. That's low while it doesn't have any ore in it. Okay, well, let's bring the thrust limiter up. That would work when it's empty. It's full. Yeah, okay, so I will go ahead and make a brand new one then. Might as well start off with a bit of guidance unit. Now, let's go with some more tanks. For the contract, I'm going to need at least 2,600. That'll get me up to 3,000, so yeah, that would be enough. Let's go for... I guess this many? Let's go for one more, 5. And let's pull up the Delta V map. For Ike, I will need 390 meters a second of Delta V. Full. At the minimum. Fill all the tanks for... 390 is minimum. I would want then, in that case, at least 450? The minimum Delta V requirement? I think I probably will go for radial engines again. Maximize amount of space I have here. I could go for radial nuclear attachments, maybe? How much cost does that get me? That does actually get me more. Okay. And more than enough Delta V too. Okay. Guess I can probably go for less than 6. But first I will design the rest of this. I'm going to want some docking ports, at least. Probably just some basic communications. Oh, that's honestly cool. But 0.2 compared to yeah, okay. It's even more. Something like that could work though. Put in some solar panels. But I will go. Going to need motion control. Okay, that can work. And hinges. That. Structural, yeah, grip strips. Go. Ouch. Put up the correct level. Now, Don't need to be as accurate as the Gilly one because I'm not going to be landing directly on top of the station. Cool. One hand, I do want just a single one of these. On the other hand, I want the well balanced. Let's go with that. I think I can move it up. I should move it up to match. What? Oh, right. Let's go ahead and move it to the side. I was like, I don't want it to, overlap with the hinges. The whole reason I put the hinges were in between the rocket engine. Okay. I'm wanting these to be. And I can put them back to build rotation. Engaged. Oh, I overwrote. Forgetting mine are. E. Will be the Ike. Bit late, but oh. I undo everything, maybe? Can I undo everything? The history go back that far? That's as far back as the history goes. Unfortunate. The current one. Load the Ike. Yeah. I think that's all I really need for this. I guess if I want to dock, I could do with some. Let's remove a couple from symmetry. But I might want to remove 3. .4 thrust weight ratio. The spike, yep. Now just action control for docking with the station. I mean monocrop tank. Have all. I think what I'll do is instead of 6 times. Base engine. Putting in the RCS fuel. And center of mass look like a bit towards the upper side. Move it down. Oh, that should help keep it balanced. Yeah. That is significantly over. Meantime, let's just move a bit lower down. And not a fan of how close. 3 nuclear engines is the right amount of engines. Does seem like the right amount of prop though. Now for the actual thrusters. Three times symmetry is annoying for this. They will inevitably be cancelling those out to a degree. Let's just go with this. Bubbles turn off. Five horn. I'm also realizing now if I am probably going to rotate something if I translate. Oh. Cool. Yes, if I'm trying to go from left to right here, these two would be the ones firing. They'd be cancelling each other out to a degree. These ones would be firing. Ah, okay. I'm going to have an unbalanced thrust on where the torque's coming from. The 4 times symmetry. Probably. Oops. solar panels, I guess. Something like that. Batteries. No, I can't do that because then these nozzles will probably be occluded. Hmm. Now, if I'm wanting to translate sideways, these two would fire, and meanwhile, of these would have 4 firing. Cancelling each other out. To a degree. Not fully. Yeah. What if I move these to the bottom? Sorry. Fire. Yeah, that's kind of where the center of mass already. How about I just move up then? Oh, regardless of... Or... Should be in basically the same... Slightly low. Up. Something like that. 4 times symmetry on V. Yeah, I just go. The center of mass. That's not where this. Yes. Move these. Okay, let's switch out the positioning then. While the ideal would be her engines are centered on us. Have these tanks at the bottom. Oh, so I think a bit lower. And as both fuel tank. Yeah. which means down. Down as well. This is similar to where I started off. Regardless, slightly. Now, if I empty up a few, should be basically the same location. Finger on the screen. Yep. Okay. Now that they're balanced out, unfortunately don't have a point here that's at the center of mass that isn't occluded by the engines. Yay. Could do is just put levels, a height rather. They will need to go out a bit. Oh, further. Oh. Let's make that last tank a bit harder to access. Maybe I'd just go for an... it's too long of an I-beam. That though. Put the RCS. Button. Way. Move things around a bit. Bit too. Pick this. To line up with the I-beam. Slightly into position. That looks about right. And I'm going to need and let's symmetry, two of them. Nope. Why am I not option 2? There we go. Okay. It's fine. Only thing is, might not be positioned great. It might be too high up. Add it to one. Act. This. It is missing dates here. There we go. Whole thing. Down now. Or now that's pretty close. Yeah. Oh, for height of those solar panels currently are at. Could possibly put it there. Select the whole thing. Part. That one is. Yeah. Okay. By doing it with 2x symmetry on the wing vessel, then just moving it to position. Panels over here. That will include one of the horns, but that should be. Just save that. That will be good to go. Ooh. Well, if I. Yeah. Down slightly, there we go. Good measure, let's add in docking port. Move that, and I guess I will need a binary. Go back to the space plane. Game. Here we go. Start off with the converter. Start off. Not start off with the converter. Let's start off with the hitchhiker. Then, jumping straightly. And give it a bill. And why not add in a app. Now, fuel tanks. Lots and lots of fuel. Am I doing this in the space plane hangar? Going on the ground. That's a bunch of good amount of batteries as well. Now, I think I'll go with relay. That should be good. We'll want 4 goes on. Mantles. We'll get some control systems. I was kind of thinking, I can. Yeah, they will kind of be including the solar panels. Not necessarily, I guess. If I would end up rotating. Oh well. Let's go ahead and put in docking ports. That's enough docking ports, right? Wait. That's enough docking ports, right? I'll replace that one with a single docking port. That's the wrong way around. Yep. Just in case something comes by that can't dock to the senior. There we go, it's empty now. 56 tons. Good, and action groups. Yep. Communication, we've got power, we've got power storage, we've got yes. Good. Now it's just a matter of getting this to Ike. Have root part. Drop. Pull up the Delta V map again. So need 150 plus 30. 250 plus 140 plus 1,500 meters a second. Isn't that much? Things around, but I'm not. I could rotate. Let's actually make the probe core root part. I'll rotate this. Yep. Oh. How do I want to move it around? Leave the engines attached, or do I want to attach them? Decisions. Oh, but I can always sit. Remove from symmetry. Yep, now I've got that upside down. Now remove from symmetry. And it should effectively be Oh. So, need is a probe core. Let's just go for size 2 parts. Wolfhounds. Not actually getting me enough delta V, but I could always fuel here. Of whichever, I guess they are. That'll get me more than enough delta V. Really a fan of putting them there though. I think I might instead. I do need for smaller docking ports I can go on the top. I instead directly put just a single engine here. Main attached. Off. What about 0.2? Yeah. Fine then. In that case, I don't really need to give it an extra few, I don't think. That. Just shy of 100 tons. I have a need of future purposes. I'll controls. Okay, save that. And now I just need to get 100. Yeah, 100 tons to orbit. I've got 120 ton. Oh. Up. Up. I think I will need I think what I can do just okay. Then on action group 1. Lock node. Rather than needing a full yeah. I do have the 120 tons booster, which should be enough, I think, to deal with everything rather than needing a what's it called? Bearing. Now, struts time. Start off with that. back. Okay, now. Let's connect. Not quite how I would connect it. Cross patterns in here. So. Far up we can go. About there. Should hopefully give us enough stability. Save. See what happens if I put that on the launch pad. Because I can't see what's at the bottom. Not where I thought I'd be launching this from. Guess. Does seem. Yeah. Okay. Revert this to spaceplane hangar, then move over to the building, then launch from there. Okay, there we go. I thought for a second there it said like a 4 thrust weight ratio. I don't know, maybe something wasn't updated yet. That makes a lot more sense. 1.3. Oh, no one snuck on board. No, you go back home. And I will go ahead and launch that. Bit of auto struts in. Yeah. Right. Okay, let's try this. SAS on. That's probably both of those. Launch. That was quick. Wait. That staging's not right. How did it take me that long to realize looking at the rockets at the bottom burning? What? Something's wrong there. Priority 30, 40. Okay, let's pin. Trusting that I did. Throwing a quick save. And the thrust up. Okay, so you can see first one empties, second one start emptying. Start for gravity turn. I was thinking that that was very quick for the outer engines to start burning. Here's the thrust weight ratio. Hit anything? Yeah, it seems like it'll be fine. Prograde for now. Yeah, I think they might unload before they hit the ground. Nope, they hit the ground. Never mind then. Let's see, what are we looking at? Lots of explosions. I forgot to stage those ones. Those ones definitely should stop before they hit the ground. Or unload. Pretty sure. You'll see them when they're 4 kilometers away. Like I can actually still see. I can see them anymore. Anyway, 46 seconds apoapsis, which is at 30 kilometers, 40 degrees above the horizon, 35 degrees above the horizon. One is supposed to be forbidden. Uncut engines temporarily. That fuel's supposed to be for deorbiting. Mainsail, 5 mainsail engines on this. But we are going to go over above, go into space. Either circularize. Okay. Now coming up in a minute 18. Couple aerodynamics. About a 30-second burn, so about before and after. Go up here. Out of atmosphere, yep. Good. Actually, let's just maneuver. Maneuver. There we go. Okay, we'll have some extra fuel that we can expend on stage as well. Close enough. This should also be classified. So that's just oh, actually, I think configure it. Maybe. Got 700 meters a second of extra delta V here. Ah, yes, so Ike Station's bouncing its communications to Eve Station, which is then bouncing it back to the KSC. All my stations up in orbit. Great maneuver for Duna. $29 compared to... Yeah. Well, at least I'll be able to do most of the burn with the first engine. Cross weight ratio. Okay. Okay for a successful thing. And I guess I will just extend the solar panels. Okay, oh, that's that one done. Not revert flight, no. Go back to Space Center. And... able to recover some of the debris, apparently. From over there. Tyler, so not going there yet. I think on Ike I've also got a mission to retrieve... no, Duna ejector. On... Right, it's Duna ejector that's found on Ike. So I will need to send a mission to Ike. I feel like that can be designed separately, but probably should be set to land on Ike before it does. Let's retract those drills. think it's worthwhile to put bearing around this. Let's see. Get around sections. All right, so I will need a way to get this down to the surface. That can... maybe... I think I'll put a coupler on here, and then I'll be able to tilt it over and then just use a small engine to just keep it from falling down too quickly. Let's go by size. Any kilonewton? Go back to just hatch it out, I guess. Go. Guess maybe just boring. That and just a couple panels. So the idea there being, I can, once it's on the ground, I can eject it and then just send it off. Traction wheel, good. Crash it somewhere else. Next I will need thing system. I want it to be something that could... So let's just check the map again. 390. I'm going to want... Normally I'd go with 25% more. I think I want a bit more than that because once this is down, it is not moving. So I will want a good place that is going to be like something next to it. Ideally, not somewhere that's very sloped. But then to find that location, I may need multiple... I might need to hover a bit. So let's go for time 1.5. So about 600. Head over to Mike. To have the docking port. Now around. Currently, this will be leaving. Oh, put into stage nodes. But for now, I won't, because that will make building this more complicated. Let's just do something like that. Yeah. Have the Delta V. Delta V. Anyway, that's that. Let's just actually getting power. And a probe core. So it's just going to do that. Yes, as well. Power. Probably be fine. That. Then interstage notes on. Now I need to get 63 tons to orbit. Guess I'll go with my 80 ton. Oh, right. Okay, no. Guess what I'll do is put another fairing in. Down. Actually, need to have something get this to Ike. Which is again going to be what Ike orbit. So that's going to be another 1,500 Delta V. But so I think actually. Couple this up. Maybe send a couple of launches up. Basically just have this and then from here build further down. Oh, like I think that's gonna get it to like already quite long. But yeah, the interplanetary transfer. The those ones. Go with Mark. But it's gonna do this. But now I can put in bicoupler. Okay. Box styles for that. Now, yeah. That gets me the 1500. Given that's alright thrust weight ratio. Let's just put some aerodynamics on. Okay. This solar panels. Now the question is how to get rid of this. Out. 124 tons. Yeah, this is going to go into inches. Very sub-assembly. Very, I transfer. Save Ike base. Go. Now I can launch this. Let's delete that for now. Coupling. Goes off those nodes. Now I just need to put 75 tons into orbit. Wow. This is 75 tons. Okay. But 5 tons, 70 tons. I guess 8-ton booster again. Up. Start off with that. Let's see how far down we go. Oh, that far. Okay. Now, I think what I can do is structural tube. Those two. Medium long. Go. Let's also go ahead and just put in a couple of grid fins. Let's get rid of temporary. Something like that. Let's also get a one. Already deploying that one. Now then. Couple of stability assists, launch clamps. And there is no strutting on this at all. But no, that is not symmetry around vessel. That is. Yep. A few more here. Just save. That'll do. Connecting women. For some of the cross connections. Yeah, that might be fine. There we go. Let's go ahead and launch this. And I guess launch station itself, and then that the base itself, and then maybe dock them together. Otherwise, that will be day, I think. Filling up my GPU stats. Last time when I was having issues, I was at 80 something degrees. Currently, I'm at 69 degrees Celsius. Yeah, everything seems to be running a lot better today. I have no idea why. In any case, I am bust up at maximum first and then launch. Actually, first pin the fuel tanks. Now launch. Put SA. Yeah, I did put SA. So what's going to need to happen with this upper stage is I will need to put it into a trajectory where we're going to the surface. Suborbital. That was nearly very bad. Track of inclination. I will fix the current inclination issues. 0.1 degrees. Come on, get it down to 0. About to run out of fuel. Extra side boosters. Inclination of 0.1. And frustrating. Oop. Okay. So it's off. Probably just off the equator now. I probably could have gone for a much flatter trajectory. Let's come to size. Now let's just orbit. Get into orbit. Point. Burn time should be just eject all of those. Start our burn. And all that debris behind us. It will crush. This is ahead of me. Overstab. Here we go. I did overshoot. To back down. In apoapsis. Something like that. Went towards retrograde. lapsus. Okay, so prograde. Oh, there we go. Gets us into it. Base center. Snap. Oh no, the yikes. Today's been a very yike day. Put it in here to find the part rather than actually find the part. Okay, let's see. Less than 50 tons. Cool. 50 ton to orbit. Um. Have action. Yep. Good connection. Just go. Let's add. And we'll be inside. Structural. Yeah. Mostly be fine. That. That I can pull. Give that. Place. That should be it. Oh, let's just launch. Okay. Why are you in there? Pilot's not supposed to be on here. But I think I will also give a mouse save. Mouse over again. 2 times symmetry. Get out. Got RTGs on. Right. Save. This. I can set that up later. Just to be sure, for future proofing's sake, I will I'll control room. Put it in. Okay. That. Save. And I'm good to go. Okay, SAS on, thrust up at max, and launch. Light tanks. Gravity turn. Pressing well. Ooh. Off from the heading. Right. Probably can't get a below. What? Got staged. Someone got staged at the front. The engine probably. Time. On, thrust up, and launch. Liking this headings. $90. 90 degrees. Nation's already at 0.5. How? Pull back a bit on the throttle. Flight tanks. One. Property. Now back to orbital information. We're quite shallow. More along the lines of what my space plane is doing. Roll down a bit until we get a bit higher up in the atmosphere. Close to apoapsis. Five kilometers. Getting out of the atmosphere, but what about 140 kilometers altitude that I need to rate periapsis by? About 200. Four-second long burn, roughly. Atmosphere. Go, knowing that I won't be drag from it. Assuming that okay, 3-second long burn. Save. Tiny bit of time warping. Struggling. There we go. Are in a higher orbit than the Ike base transfer. This will be connect to what's our 0.6. Try to fix our inclination as much as possible then, or actual encounter from the other craft. Cross limits down. That far down. Quick save and time warp. Time warping. Just get the timing right. Time again. We're only getting down to 0. Oh well. Targets. higher orbit. Although that seems to do pretty 0.1 kilometers with no actual effort put into fast V. Oh. There we go. That'll work. Cross limiter down. Save. I'm up. 'Get back to point towards target. Quick save. Bit of quick warp. Time warp. Go. 3. Zero kilometers separation. Okay. Warp there. Drop retrograde. Okay. Shooting right past it. Gimbling on that should hopefully help us point the right way and not speed too far past. Oh. Oh dear. What's the target? Heading towards target. Let's retrograde. Get a bit closer. Turning around. Hopefully it finishes turning around before I hit the station. over base. Stop scene. Dock. Roll from here. That is target and point at a target. Likewise, this one. Target and point at target. Okay, that's... It's locked! That doesn't look very locked to me. Give the those. Oh, they're not locked, but... Pray for glitchy. Which... Fine. One of these is still rotating. Be this one. Now, anyway, back to this. Hit. What's target and target. And we should be good. Go. Good. We've got 44 meters a second. I'm not going to use that, so I guess I'm go couple now. Deorbit both of those. Time. does seem like a good place to deal. So, couple. Point right. Just activate all the parachutes. Some kind of glitch going on there, but oh well. Probe control, it's hibernating, isn't it? Oh, why is that pointing the wrong way? Down, isn't it? Ah. We can go back to pointing the right way. Yeah, it's probably gonna land around here. Right, so we're actually using the heat shield. Fireball service. Of one of your blazer units. The atmosphere. Definitely overdid it with that. I don't know what part it was controlling from then. Hmm. It. Can we? I think that looks best. That. Should be a fairly safe re-entry though. Orbital velocity isn't changing all that much. And my guess is this. We're already down at 40 kilometers. Might be earlier. Yeah. Like this. Might be slide a bit over this way. Get some lifting body effect. And now that we're not going directly into the airstream, okay. Okay. Might break right me. I think most likely going to end up. Still 30 kilometers up there. What's the temperature gauge? Ditto. Now we're actually almost out of the blazer. Surprising. I haven't had that happen before. We're going 1.7 kilometers. I'll see by the temperature gauge. It looks like it will hold. We are starting to get to that thickest part of the atmosphere. About where planes die out. Now that we're hitting this point, quite quickly. And yeah, with that, temperature gauges have disappeared. Despite all the flames around. Looks like I was right with the guess that it'd land in this ocean. And here from the pitch sound. Oops, let's turn on the air brakes. Should help. Down. Save speed. Yep. Does in fact get us safely speed forward. But at least partially deploy. What about the air brakes? It seems like they did come in use. Kilometers on the surface. Now that we're being flipped. upright by the drag chutes. Turn off the air brakes. Do just a bit of physical up until we get to about 1 kilometer. That's when main chutes will deploy. 5 meters a second. Let's bus limiter down just below. Ability assist. Radio out, yeah. Bit close to the surface. Just before we splash down, throttle up the engine, slow down the velocity. Because it's below thrust weight ratio of 1, that means we can't end up going back up. But until then, it's just a waiting game of getting down to the surface. Wasn't too far away from Earth. How much I recovered from that. Have another recovery to do. Set up the make. So 83% value and got 74k funds. So yeah, I guess probably 90k funds available from that. Getting nearly 100k certainly, or 3/4 of 100k certainly won't hurt. Now then, let's go get the other booster. It for has maneuver set up to take. Currently, okay, let's set up. Alarm. Not enough Delta V. Pull this back up. Oh, it's 1.5k that it needs. How? Okay. That's how I don't have enough Delta V. This needs to be last. Okay. That is now correct. Ports and the Ike base. Good. But I had that structural tube. Okay. Oh. Now point it the right way. Get ready to deorbit this. Oh, okay. Hop over to here. Great. Rolling from there, yep. Enable that fuel tank. Plenty of Delta V on this one. Noticing on, as opposed to the previous one, the air brakes are on the front on this one. We are further. Bring that perhaps system. About kilometers on this one. Airstream protector as a heat shield. If it looks bad, then switch to using that. It's time to time warp. Atmosphere, and then physics warp. The upper atmosphere, I've still got feed. I think if I were to actually air brakes, it would be good to have the engines heading for. The engine should also be fairly heat. Shooting, I think I'll and here-ish. Probably actually a similar distance. Happens if I also extend via landing. I don't think that will actually increase the drag though. Maybe. They're on an angle of themselves. Down there. Starting to get some temperature gauge on the the air brakes. Probably need to retract them at some point. Go into a scheme where I see air brakes and then turn them off and then turn them on again. Just by pressing B. Or I could start spinning. That's a neat trick. Outdated references here, that's what you get on this channel. Ooh, a barrel roll. Ooh, a barrel roll. More outdated references. Do a barrel roll was definitely earlier, right? Barely, actually, now that I looked it up. Yeah, I am overshooting KSC, I'm still 20 kilometers up. But because I'm using the air brakes this time, I will not be overshooting by as much. Let's get rid of that top section and deploy the parachutes. Get ready to deploy the parachutes. Thrust weight ratio. It seems better. Let's and fully deploy. Go. Right, outwards. Oh, for water. Yeah, see? Yeah, how close? How much I'll be able to recover? And recover. Safely recovered 2 boosters and got all the Ike missions up there. Junior encounters prepared. Actually, I guess technically not all the Ike missions to pick up projector. So next time, I guess I will be doing 5% value. Save funds. Yeah, most of that is a large chunk of that is just from the engine. Yeah, so next time I will be doing the mission for this to get land on Duna on Ike, get back to Duna, get back to Kerbin with the Duna ejector, and then also the surface outpost on Duna. Yep. Okay. So with that, I think I'll call it fair for today. No. Fair. Sense. For money costs, I guess I would be for why not. Really need it. Anyway, if you've enjoyed, I've already said what I'll do next time, so and find a raid, but see ya.